Hi there everyone, welcome to this welcome video from Library and Learning Services, which is aimed at getting you started with some of the key services and things available to support you during your time on your Data Science Degree Apprenticeship. My name is Tom Peach and I'm the Academic Liaison Librarian for Computing and Data Sciences. It's my job to make sure that you have access to all the resources that you need during your time, and also to make sure that you are developing some of the key skills that you will need throughout your time on this program. This video aims at getting you started with some of these key features. So let's get started. The library homepage is very easy to access, and you just access it from the student homepage. So here we have the student homepage. And as we scroll down, we can then see that we've got Library and Learning Services. We click on Find Out More, and that brings you through to the Library and Learning Services homepage. I always bookmark this page, it just makes it super easy to get back to it at a later date. So, our homepage makes it as easy as possible to get to all the information that you are going to need. Okay, so we can see here at the top, we have lots of quick links here, which get you started. And some of these you're going to come back to later on, particularly as I see you throughout the next 3 years. But I'm just going to highlight a few of the really key ones to get you started. Okay, so we can see on this quick I want to panel here, we've got some key IT buttons here. So if you do ever have any problems with IT passwords, anything like that, you can use that these options that are just here. Okay. So, some key things to get you started with. On your course, every single module that you're sitting has a reading list. Okay. Now, to make this easy, the reading list is linked to from your Moodle pages. Okay. So when you log on to Moodle and you log into one, you access one of your modules, you will see that there is a reading list attached to it. Okay, and on that reading list are lots of resources and reading material that your lecturers have selected as being really important as part of that course. Okay, some of those things might be essential reading that they are guiding you to specific chapters. Other things may be things on there which are for further reading. Okay, now you can access those via Moodle. Probably going to be the easiest way to do that. Alternatively, on the library homepage, you can scroll down to Library Resources, and you'll see that there is an option there for reading lists. Okay, if you do go about this way, it will take you through to the reading list platform, and at that point you can find the reading list for a particular module. So for example, for data science, I'm going to just pull up the module list for linear algebra. So I'm just going to type in the module code, linear algebra, and I'm going to select this year. Okay, and then it gives us the reading list for that module. Now you'll see things which are essential reading are marked as essential, and things which are further are marked as further. Again, because the majority of your work is taking place at a distance, everything that we provided on these lists is provided electronically. Okay, mostly where possible, we provided ebooks which allow you to download PDFs. It makes it much easier for you to read them online, to read them online and to download and save them to read them elsewhere. Some of the books aren't available in that format, so we've gone for the next best options, which are for reading online and for downloading selections from there. Okay, when you go into the ebook will tell you what you're allowed to do. If it's just a PDF to download, or if it's an ebook that you can read online and download sections of. Okay. So on this list, you just scroll down, find the thing that you want to access, and you just use the View Online option. Okay. All the ebooks and the e-resources that you'll find in these lists, and as we go further through this tutorial, are all accessible using your normal login credentials. So the same thing that you use to log into PCs when you're on the London campus, you can use those exact same credentials. So it makes it much easier for you to get into all the stuff that you need to get. Okay, I'm just going to go back again. Okay, so that is all the reading list and directed reading. It may be that you want to branch out from there. Okay, so you want to branch out from the reading list into other kinds of resources that are available. The library catalogue just down here, again, is a super, really great place to start for that, for expanding out beyond just those reading lists. Again, when you search this catalogue, I'm just going to do an example for linear algebra. Okay, that is going to search the library catalogue. You can filter it down just to ebooks for the stuff that you can access electronically. Okay, and again, the majority of the mathematics books that we've got and the data books tend to be the PDF format where you can just download the PDF, so it makes it as easy as possible. Okay, you just go on the catalogue, click on the title that you want to access, and then you'll see there's usually an option that says something like access full text, and you click on that, and it will take you through to the resource. So I'm just going to log myself in just to give you an example. Okay. Takes you through to the resource, and then, for example, for this resource, you can download the full book or you can just download sections. Okay, so it might be that for some of these things you're directed to read particular chapters, or it might be that you want to take the full thing. Okay, and again, for those of you that are using different ebook readers and so on, if you need a EPUB format, sometimes some of the ebooks do give that option as well. So again, it's well worth looking for the formats that are available to download things in. Okay, you can also branch out to even more kinds of resources by using the library catalogue to switch to search electronic content, including journal articles. Okay, so this is branching out not just from books, but all sorts of other different kinds of resources like newspapers, journal articles, and so on and so forth. So if you're not sure particularly what it is that you'd be interested in, that's a good option to go for. So for example, if I again search for linear algebra, and do a search, that's going to go through our discovery system, which helps us to find lots of different useful articles. And I can see there, for example, top hit there is compressed linear algebra for declarative large-scale machine learning. So if that sounds like something that's really interesting to you, again, super easy to access it. We just click on the title. It will ask us, if you've never used it before, it might ask you to log in. So it gives us lots more information here. We've got abstract, so we can get a summary about what it's about. We can get an indication about when it was written. Okay, so again, we're looking for some more up-to-date stuff. So this is May 2019. And then if you want to access it, a couple of different options is that you'll either see a PDF button like you're seeing here now, or you'll have a button that says full text. Okay, find full text. So you click on that one and it will find where that full text exists. Okay, so if I just click on this one, because I'm not logged in, it will just ask me to log in. And that just authenticates you as a student. Okay, and then it brings up the PDF. Okay, and then from there I can save it, download it, print it, do what I need to do. Okay, so really super easy to get access to all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to go back to our home page. If you want to investigate the kinds of resources that are available to us, a good place to have a look at is up on the side. We've got Search Specialist Resources. Okay, and this is a massive long list of all the different databases that we have. Okay, so we can see there's 204 databases. That is a lot. You can filter it down to computer and data sciences. Okay, or again, you can branch out into other areas depending on what it is that you're interested in. So it might be philosophy, history, sociology, any of those different kinds of things that you might be interested in as part of your work, languages, whatever it is that you're interested in. For now, I'm just going to filter it down just to computer and data sciences. You'll see there's some selected things that might be useful to start off at. So there's things like Archive, which is a big open access preprint repository of lots of different research. Again, you can ask Pierre about those kinds of things. And lots of different resources on here. So it's well worth having a look at the kinds of things that you've got access to, what's available, and what it can give you access to. Okay. A really useful thing to have a look at is the supporting accessibility section. Now, if you have anything like dyslexia, a visual impairment, anything like that, which under the law means that you have a print disability, so you can't access materials in their original format quite as easily, then supporting accessibility is a section that's really important for you. Okay, so if you have dyslexia or visual impairment, anything like that, it's really important that you have a look at the guide that's here, so getting accessibility help, and also having a look at the links that's available just here. Okay, so there's going to be quite a bit of reading that's you're expected to do on here. On this course. So it's very important that if there is something which is stopping you from accessing that material, such as it's in a format that's not accessible to you because of a disability, it's really important that you do get in contact with either your lecturers or with me, so that we can make sure that we can get accessible versions of that for you. Okay, there is some information about accessibility on the Data Science Degree Apprenticeship main course page. Okay, so have a look at the guide, have a look at the information that I've put on the accessibility page, and if you need any of that kind of help, please do get in contact. Okay. There are other useful links which we are going to come back to later on this term. So, for example, referencing a resource will become a really useful point of reference for you when we start doing referencing later on this term. Don't worry about that right now. We are going to come back to that when we have a session with me on referencing, but that again is where you would get all of that information, all that support. Okay. Again, I'm certain that you'll have had this from Julia already. Their digital training pages are just here, again, situated all around us, so you can get all of that kind of support from there. Okay. And the only final thing to say is that we do have an off-campus students page down here, which has got lots of helpful hints and tips. So there is a welcome video which does go through some key functions. It covers a few things that I've shown already, but just recaps on them. And there's also some useful how to do it guides for accessing ebook, accessing journals, finding things and so on, so that you can go back to some of the things that we've talked about in this video and refresh your memory. Okay. And the final thing to say is about getting support. Okay, so as well as making sure that you've got access to all this stuff, it is my job to help you develop the skills and be there as one of the members of the support team. Okay, so if you do want to get in contact with me about accessibility, about referencing when we start doing that, about search and research techniques, anything like that, anything to do with the library, you can get in contact with me. So to do that, up at the top, we've got Meet with My Subject Librarian. You click on that one, and then we've got an email address. So that's the generic email address, which goes to our team, and then the email will filter through to me. Or down towards the bottom, you can phone me if you'd like to have a phone call, or if you want to speak to me in a tutorial, you can book a tutorial. Okay, and again, with booking a tutorial, because you are distance students, and it's most likely going to be that you want an online tutorial, select online tutorial, and that just lets me know that you're one of my apprenticeship students. Okay, and then we can do an online tutorial where either you can see my screen or I can see yours, whatever the kind of support is that you need. Okay. Okay, so if you do have any questions after that, please either filter them through Pierre, if maybe Pierre or Julia in the session that you're in at the moment wants to collect any questions that you may have, forward those on to me. Or if you do want to get in contact with me directly, you can email the Academic Liaison team email address, and those questions will filter through to me. Okay. I think that's everything that I wanted to say for now. Have a great rest of your induction period, and I look forward to working with you the rest of this year.